In today's video, we're gonna be going through 3 of our favorite fall bass fishing techniques and our baits that we have at Reaction Tackle that we would recommend for you guys to use. So we're gonna go through the top 3 and we're gonna do a little competition between the 3 of us. Gonna see who can catch the most fish with each one of the baits. So let's get right into the video. Let's start talking about these baits, what we're using, what we think you guys should throw to catch bass during this time of the year.
Let's get it!
So here we have the white sparkly fish food. She kind of looks like a fairy and she's gonna win this thing.
All right guys, today I'm gonna be running the lead spinnerbait here. It's got the double willow on there. I'm gonna bring home a W today. I'm sick of losing. I'm sick of it, Tony. Sick of it. I'm bringing home the W. We're gonna show you how to use this bait. We're gonna have some fun while doing it. We've got the whole media team out here. Let's go.
All right guys, so I'm gonna be using lastly the swim jig with a little craw trailer on here. One of my favorite baits to throw in the fall, and let's put it to work. What I like to do with this swim jig, it's pretty simple. Cast it out there, hit your spots, make sure you're avoiding the weeds, avoiding the lilies, whatever it is that's around. Let it sink to the bottom, and what I like to do is just give it some slow little pulls up like this, reel up the slack, and just do the same thing. You can give it little wiggles, get that rod moving a little bit. What that's gonna make your jig do on the bottom is those crawfish legs are gonna sit up and they're gonna just twiddle in the water. That's what's gonna happen. They're gonna hit the ground and they're just gonna sit there. And that's what's gonna draw in the fish. Fish love that, and this bait is just gonna be perfect for your fall bass fishing.
All right, so my technique is an overhead cast. You should feel a vibration when you're reeling it back in. Have a straight retrieve, and looks like I caught nothing.
All right, no excuses. It is fall technically, but it is 82 degrees out here. We don't have Beatrice, my 1999 Mercury Tracker boat, but we are fishing from the banks here at Little Muskego. Like I said, I got double willow spinnerbait here. How I'm gonna be fishing this, and this is one of my favorite baits, is you literally just cast it out, and I've described this in other videos, and you just slow, steady reel it in. Now, what you're gonna see is how fast you reel it in is gonna dictate the water column it's in. So when I cast this out, I'm gonna start reeling right away because you can see it's really weedy out here, and technically this is a weedless bait, but as soon as it hits the water, I'm gonna start reeling in around this cadence here, Tony, if you can see this reel. And this is gonna keep it higher in the water column, and it's gonna help skip it over these weeds. And that's gonna help prevent those weeds from sticking, and hopefully these bass are gonna hit it almost on the top water. So I'll probably see it hit if I get a fish here.
So I wanted to do a little off segment here, go through each individual bait, talk more in depth, strategies, techniques, different ways to work them, all those sorts of good things here. So we're gonna do that right now. So I'm gonna start number 1 with the swim jig. For this one, I would like to say any sort of jig is going to work really well for you in the fall. This is the jig that I have right now and that we are going to be talking about. Swim jig is a super versatile bait. You can work it many different ways. You can throw many different trailers. The bait really works when it comes down to how you're working the bait. There's many different ways that you can do this. You can do just a straight, slow, steady lift of the rod that's gonna drag that jig across the bottom, hitting little rocks, making your trailer move. That's my favorite way to work it. You can do little hops. You can just do little twitches with the rod to get it bumping a little bit. That way it's hopping up off the ground and the trailer tails are still fluttering in the water. But what's nice about this is you can change the color very easily. You can change your trailer very easily. There are many different things that you can change to make this bait work. If they're not biting a certain color one day, switch up the trailer, switch up the color jig that you're throwing. You can be super versatile with this bait. And that's why at number 3, I have this swim jig. Super versatile, many different ways you can work it. One of my favorite baits. Number 2, we're gonna get to the breaker blade jig. Why I like to throw this bait is because of this little piece right here. The breaker blade is extremely important on this bait. When it's underwater, it is gonna give off a vibration sound that can be heard so far throughout the water. Not to mention that when the sun is beating down, you're gonna get that reflective flash off of that breaker blade. These are all gonna be things that bring those bass in, draw the attention, and get the bass and fish to react to your bait. Another thing I like with this is you can really customize your trailer. You can throw a paddle tail, you can throw craw like I have on here. You can really be creative with what you want to throw and what you want to have that little last bit of action be for your breaker blade. So get creative. Same thing with the swim jig. Don't be afraid to switch colors, switch trailers, try different techniques. The straight retrieve works perfect for this. The breaker blade does all the work for you as it does the vibration if you're reeling it in no matter what, and that's exactly what the fish are looking for, and that's exactly the design of the bait. So don't be afraid to take this breaker blade out here, cast it out like normal, reel it in, and have some fun when the fish bite. And that is why I have breaker blade at number 2. And at number 1 for me, truly the most versatile bait of all time is the spinnerbait. Now many people say that it is overworked, overused, fish see it a lot. It's very true. But at the same time, this bait is going to crush for you almost every time. The double willow blades on our reaction tackle spinner baits help for more flashy, get that reflective off the sun, draw the attention to those fish that are looking around, looking for bait. I absolutely love the double willows on this. The big blade gets huge action, the little one there for small movements, and the reflective features. And we have 6 different colors at Reaction Tackle, and that's my favorite part about the spinner baits as well. Just like all these other baits that I've talked about, you can switch out the colors, you can switch out the trailers, you can be super versatile with these baits. It's super important that if you're not catching fish and you know they're out there, to switch colors, switch trailers, and give it a new shot. Sometimes the fish just don't want to be biting that color, and that's just the way that it is. There's nothing that we can do about it, unfortunately. And what's nice with the spinnerbait as the breaker blade, it is just a straight retrieve. You can just cast this out, reel it straight in, and have a great chance of catching fish. Now, obviously, there are other ways you can work it as well. You can go slow with it, you can go fast with it, you can give it little jigs, little pops to get that movement, striking through the water, whatever it is that you might want to try. But the spinnerbait's gonna come in at number 1 for me as one of the most versatile fall bass fishing baits that you can find. And just like the breaker blade, the spinnerbait can catch you some pike. If you're fishing in an area where there are pike love spinnerbaits and breaker blades. Honestly, sometimes you might catch more pike on them than you do bass, and that's just the way that it goes. So those are 3 of my favorite fall bass fishing techniques that I use. You can use these year-round, obviously, but during the fall is my favorite time of the year to be throwing these baits. The bass are gonna love it, the pike are gonna love it, you are gonna love it when you are catching more fish. All right, that's it from my little side segment here. Let's get back to the video.
Hello, this is my fish that I caught off of your guys' line.
Let's go, dude.
It is 11 pounds, 2 ounces, caught over at Wind Lake. I just have to say, these guys make some amazing line. They make some of the best line I've ever used on a trolling reel, bait caster, spinning reel, heck, even a push button. You can probably catch some monsters on it. I'm just gonna go out and say that buy some of their line. It's really good.
Let's go, dude.
That was amazing. Super sweet kid. Loving Reaction Tackle.
No fish today, guys, but we hope you took something from this video, learned something, showed you a little thing or two. I know Tony was over there doing his own thing, being a loner and giving you guys some descriptions on everything, so he was doing a great job. You guys got to meet Emma today. Big addition to the team. Been designing some really cool stuff for not only our digital presence, but also our retailers, which you guys will be seeing in the next coming weeks. We're gonna be shooting some really, really cool content at To Be Determined. We'll show you guys in a couple of weeks what we're doing. We're gonna be installing a super cool set, a lot of merchandise, a lot of custom stuff that the whole team has been a part of. So stay tuned for that. Closing remarks, anybody?
Yeah, guys, so hopefully these 3 bass fishing techniques for the fall help you guys out. Be sure to check out the product links down below. If you haven't seen any of our other YouTube videos, those will also be linked down below and at the end of this video. So be sure to check out. We are dropping videos every Wednesday at 4 o'clock Central Time. Stay tuned for those. We got a lot of good things coming soon. Reaction Tackle is growing, as you've seen. Thanks for tuning in, and hopefully these tips helped you out.
Drop a thumbs up. We'll see you in next week's video.